This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Education, Science and Technology Minister, the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald, impressing on administrators the need to improve the level of reading skills of primary school students. The minister referenced the fact that analysis of the 2013-2014 results of the grade level assessment test, or GLAT, for 3rd and 6th graders showed challenges with numeracy and literacy. He went on to say that GLAT results have had a direct correlation with Bahamas Junior Certificate, or BJC, and Bahamas General Certificate of Secondary Education, or BGCSE, both of those results. Fitzgerald was speaking at an administrators conclave held Monday at the Church of God Convention Center on Joe Farrington Road. The conclave's theme, Achieving a Shared Vision Through Quality Education, is something that resonated in his speech as he reminded administrators that the role of educators is to ensure that every child succeeds and no child gets left behind.
There should be no excuses for 3rd graders not being able to read and for 4th graders not being able to complete basic timetables. Over the past 3 years, we at the ministry have put in place a structure which we believe will minimize the opportunity for children to continue to fall through the cracks.
Sometimes.
The education minister admitted to leaders of schools across the country that the system is not perfect or without glitches, but that does not diminish the desire to provide a quality education for every child.
With added preschools, technology interventions, academic interventions, after-school program, a new student achievement unit, the creation of the Bahamas High School Diploma Program, increased scholarship opportunities, and professional development, we have done much to give you the added tools that you need to ensure that our students receive the required quality education that they deserve.
The much anticipated ZNS Employee of the Quarter were announced today. There were 2 of them. Engineer Neil Benjamin won the award for the January through March period, while radio production assistant extraordinaire himself, Keithan Gray, secured the award for the months of April through June. Employees have to meet several criteria to win, including being on time and being a strong team player. Both of them definitively are. Keithan was unusually surprised and speechless when accepting his award and thanked the staff for the honor. ZNS Executive Chairman Bishop William Thompson implored staff members to always maintain a good work ethic.
I accept this award. I really appreciate it. My colleagues, everybody, thanks a lot.
It is always a pleasure and a joy to share with the staff and those persons who have given, go beyond their call of duty to make sure that the corporation move forward. And we are thankful here for our many staff who do such.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scatterly. Lombardier and CIE Bahamas Limited just filed its second quarterly filings for 2015. The filings show the hedge fund has a portfolio value of just over $285 million, representing an increase of $8.36 million from the previous quarter when it was $276.3 million. The hedge fund bought 5 new stocks. Coca-Cola Company, AbbVie Incorporated, and Schlumberger Limited made up the majority of Lombardier and CIE Bahamas Limited's total U.S. long portfolio in this quarter. These securities were top 3 and constitute 14.42% of the company's U.S. listed securities. The top 10 securities make up about 35.36% of the fund's portfolio. In other business news, the Chamber Institute team is gearing up for some new and exciting projects in the coming months. On August 22nd, there will be a one-day intensive course on QuickBooks. And beginning in September, the Chamber will launch CI TV, Webinar Wednesdays, CI Evenings, and a host of new live workshops. Officials say these projects will help people move forward in their career and business with skills, confidence, and mastery. And in international news, the U.S. stock market climbed on Monday as China's currency steadied and optimism among home builders rose. Investors pushed the market lower at the open, then began buying after an index of home builders showed optimism at its highest since the housing boom a decade ago. Gains were modest but broad as 9 out of the 10 industry groups of the Standard & Poor's 500 index ended the day higher, led by healthcare stocks. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scatterly.
One of the top resorts in the country, Sandals Emerald Bay in Exuma, recently acquired an international award. And as Jonathan Benson tells us, management and staff beamed with pride.
The Red Lane Spa has won an award of late with Travel and Leisure magazine, which is a worldwide publication.
Sandals Emerald Bay is back at it again, taking its place among the premier hotel properties in the region.
Our Red Lane Spa is really what we would call almost a brand within a brand. So every Sandals and Beaches resort has a Red Lane Spa. Travel and Leisure polled over 970,000 of their readers for various awards, various categories. And actually we won the award for the best spa resort within the Caribbean, or best spa within the Caribbean. It really is a great award, a great achievement, certainly for the Red Lane Spa team here at Sandals Emerald Bay. And I also say it has bigger implications as well, because when you win such a prestigious award, it's good for the resort, and it's also good for the destination.
General Manager Jeremy Mutton explained what sets the Red Lane Spa at Emerald Bay apart from the rest.
Physically, it's a beautiful spa. It's a 16 treatment room spa, so it is very large. We're currently in the Tranquility Garden of the spa. It has beautiful plunge pools and a lovely fitness center, which we just refurbished last year. But as well as having a physically beautiful and aesthetically pleasing spa, it really is the service that we provide as well. Of course, all of the therapists go through a lot of extensive training within the Red Lane Spa organization to ensure that they really are giving the treatments and the pampering, if you like, that our guests will come to expect.
As for the response to the award from the staff,
they're very proud. Any time that you formally win something like this, whether it's the resort, whether it's at the spa or any of the other departments, it really gives you a sense of achievement. It's hard work. They work very hard. A couple of years ago, they were our Department of the Year here on resort. So, they really are a fantastic team.
And moving forward, it doesn't get any easier.
I've reminded them, as I do any time with our team at Sandals Emerald Bay, whenever you win an award, certainly people come with even greater or higher expectations. We shouldn't shy away from those, and it just means that we have to raise the bar even higher to ensure that those expectations are not only met but exceeded as well.
Congratulations and keep up the good work. Jonathan Benson, ZNS Network News.
From Exuma to Eleuthera, that's where we visited an organic farm in Gregory Town. Charles Fisher even sampled some of the natural produce as they had available.
Started 3 years ago, Eleuthera Island Organics is making its name on the market. Sits on 200 acres and co-owned by Gerald Cartwright.
Right now we're utilizing between 18 and 20 acres, which we started 3 years ago, and we have it mostly up in development. We have everything from a long-term crop, which is coconuts. We have all sorts of citrus novels. We have mangoes, avocados. We have peach. We have a lot guavas. We have even a famous fruit here, which isn't found nowhere in this region. It's called the miracle fruit.
And I was able to sample this fruit.
It's basically from South Africa, and what it does is it changes everything from sour or bitter to sweet.
So I just put this in my mouth.
You put that in your mouth. First of all, taste the lime, fish. It's lime, right? Cool. All right, you put the miracle fruit in your mouth, chew it around.
Swallow it.
No, you just chew it, let it go around your taste buds and everything inside your mouth, and you can swallow the pulp afterwards. Spit the seed out. What you tasting, fish?
I spit out the seed, the skin.
Yeah, spit that part out. All right, give it a few seconds. All right, fish, taste your lime. See what your lime tastes like. What you taste there, fish?
Tastes more like orange.
Tastes more like orange. That's what it does. Is the lime is sour, so what it does is it triggers the miracle fruit to make that lime become sweet.
Cartwright employs 4 persons at this time.
Business right now, it was a bit slow. We're getting, we have a lot of business between winter residents and a lot of tourists that travel through. But the basic part of it was us trying to get locals involved in eating healthy, and being able to sustain itself, you know what I mean, their self.
So on your next stop to Gregory Town, Eleuthera, make a stop to EIO Farm and try that miracle fruit. Take my word, it works. For the ZNS News Network, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, Fisher, thanks a lot. The Family Island Connection, brought to you by BTC, is up next. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. If you're from the city like most of us, then the term wildlife is pretty foreign. But in Inagua, you can find it in abundance. The BTC Island Connection takes you there tonight as Keishla Adley takes an up-close look down south.
You probably know the designation well. It's the best kept secret in the Bahamas. And this summer, I was privy to the wonders of Inagua. Chasing down the elusive wild donkey was the first adventure. Shy, but perhaps just as curious to see what we were up to as we were to see them. Not far away, pretty pink flamingos. Oh, there's a flock of flamingos. This is awesome. There were hundreds of them passing the day, gliding over still waters in a quiet zone all to themselves. It's a spectacle that Henry Nixon is lucky enough to call commonplace. He's the senior park warden of the Bahamas National Trust.
We go out on patrols, we monitor the birds, make sure no one's taking or killing the birds.
Nixon is usually far from civilization when he travels these remote trails, but thankfully communication with his partners in the field is strong.
We solely communicate with cell phones through BTC, which I think is doing a very good job. We make calls, we call our office in Nassau, we also call my assistant is my nephew. He go in different directions at times, so we communicate with cell phones.
Nixon spends many of his days conducting tours. Sometimes the star attractions are miles out, so a strategy to get patrons the up-close views they want is important.
Okay. If we out with, for example, 2 different group of people, and I'm not seeing any birds where I am, I'll call him, I ask him if he's seeing any birds there, he'll say yes. So he'll say, well, I must come that way, or I'll tell him I've seen plenty, and he'll come that area that I am in.
Hey, what's up, man?
It's no secret to me anymore, but perhaps a trip all the way south isn't such a bad idea. Even if you don't have acquaintances or family in Inagua, at least these guys will be, from a distance of course, welcoming. Keishla Adderley for the BTC Island Connection.